Indeed. And greetings upon you, beloved and holy friend. Thank you so much for joining me again on another live stream, Shannon. Like, there's two of you friends right now. Something that is definitely a little bit different than it usually is. And yet I feel it's exactly as it's supposed to be. Shannon, thank you for joining me here again, for sharing this moment with me, for finding yourself once again right here. It's so trippy to me how the synchronicities of life, is present within all of us. Like every single one of us experience the same synchronicities. We're just not necessarily as vocal about it. And then we don't even realize that we're all going through the same stuff sometimes. It's kind of surreal. Like today's topic, the thing I want to talk about, is about feeling lost. Genuinely feeling lost and not knowing where it is you are, not knowing where it is you're supposed to be going, not knowing what it is you're supposed to be doing in this moment, not knowing in general. And then contrasting that with this understanding that no matter how lost you get, you'll find yourself again right here. Not necessarily in the stream, but just here in this moment. The eternal now. Feeling that right now, very much so. Thank you for joining me, Shannon. It's so nice having you here, friend. We'll read something worth saying, and then we'll do some mindful breathing and reflection as we get into today's stream topic. Hey, Kira Burp, so nice to have you here. Thank you. Thank you for continually showing up. What is it I most desire? I desire to house, feed, and change the whole world. Hell yeah. You are always creating what you desire. The way of the heart begins with a recognition that you are already loved by the only source that matters. None of these are, like, all of them are ringing true to me, but I'm trying to find a parallel with the feeling of feeling lost. Your greatest joy and fulfillment is in wholly and deliberately accepting responsibility for the whole of creation. Now that's the thing we're saying we were looking for. To accept responsibility for the whole of creation. Everything that has happened in the past, everything that is yet to happen in the future, and realizing that in this moment, you are the middle point. In this moment, you are quite literally the center of this infinity that is your life, that is your experience, that is your existence on planet Earth. And the fact that you are here means that you're here for a reason. Instead of being, if you will, lost within ether, lost within energy, lost within oneness, you are here now. If you look down and look at your hands, look at the intricacies that you see. The little lines, maybe if there's some debris on your hands, maybe if you have calluses, maybe you have some spots that are redder or lighter than others. And just giving this vehicle, if you will, this vessel, this body that you've been given, some thanks to see yourself as here now with this body, almost like an anchoring point. You as spirit extruded is the closest word that I can come up with, yourself into existence. Coming from nothing, taking on the role of a single cell, and eventually becoming a being that has a 60 to 100 trillion cells, just so that you can be here now. Just imagine, just for a second, imagine how much work, how much love, how much attention, how much intention, how much sheer want, sheer willpower every single one of your cells had to practice just for you to be here now. Like, it baffles my mind if I try to think about it. The complexity that is you is infinite. You're not done being that infinite either. To recognize yourself as the infinite and this limited form in this moment. To recognize that within infinite and within this limited form, you are safe. You're secure. You're solidly on the ground right now, being supported by gravity, being supported by Mother Earth, being supported by the whole. It's from that place where we can start to feel things, right? Once we're secure, we're allowed to feel things. We're allowed to think. We're allowed to speculate. We're allowed to contemplate. And I would like to plant a seed in your mind right now. Imagine for yourself what the seed might look like. Imagine for yourself what the plant will look like. But picture this seed being one of center, of middleness, of the crossing of that infinite node. To see yourself, or just the seed, growing both into the past with its roots, becoming secure in the knowing what was, and growing into the future with its branches, accepting what may come, what light or darkness or storms or beautiful rain showers or potential insects or little birds that live in the branches. Remembering the center of it all, that original seed, that original intention to believe that there is a middle, and to see in this moment yourself as that middle. It is in this way that every single being in existence believes it's that middle. Consciousness, awareness, presence, that which you always are, always is. And as soon as you recognize that connection again, you find yourself, your real self. No longer lost within the infinity, as you accept yourself as the infinity. Take a deep breath in acceptance and reverence and invitation of that idea, of that way of thinking, of that way of feeling. Taking another breath and setting it free. In the same way you would set a seed free after planting it. It doesn't help to unroot the seed and make sure it's growing. Doesn't help to absolutely drown it in water. The only thing you can be is present and patient. Ask yourself how you feel about that. How you feel about the presence and the patience you've had to practice throughout your life, and how that presence and patience has been with you this whole time. No matter what hardship, what beautiful experience, what unfairness, or what luck you might have experienced, your presence and your patience was there, sensitively feeling into it. Breathe and realize that you have breathed through everything. Everything you've been through in life and everything you will go through in life. In this moment, you were breathing. Constantly giving energy to that seed of center, that heart that we all share. In this moment, we can use our willpower to almost take a little bit of pride, I guess the word would be. Pride in you being here, pride in you being able to feel right now, pride in you being able to recognize yourself as that center, and pride in just allowing yourself to know that you are not lost, that you might have felt lost, but you've never been lost, that you've always been here in this form or another. You have always been here now. This feeling of being here and now is present within every single being in existence. And to practice that thinking, to practice the feeling, to practice the compassion of knowing that there are other beings exactly like you. And as lost as they may feel, as lost as you may feel, you can still find one another again within this moment. Be it with a thought, a text or a call, an in person meeting, a big hug that you share. This moment of presence, this moment of connectedness is never something that goes away. If anything, it's something that our minds forget about. And to live into our hearts and the connection that our hearts share with the whole, instead of giving all of the attention just to our minds. Because the mind will convince you that you are alone. But the center of your being, your heart, is always present, beating life into your being. Doing so without needing to be congratulated, needing to be appreciated, just keeping you alive, without lamenting, without expecting. Just feel a moment of presence with your heart, thanking your heart for all of the love that it has shared, for all of the love that it allowed you to share. It is as we try to share love that we ask for the wisdom and the presence to be able to communicate in a way where we are felt and seen, heard in this moment, and to be able to let someone else feel seen, felt, and heard. Asking for the wisdom to know what it is we have to say, and for the patience to say nothing when saying nothing is what's required. This is from the same place where we ask for wisdom and insight, wisdom and patience, that we ask for intuition, genuine intuition, to be able to see ourselves without having to look at our bodies, to be able to see ourselves in our work, to be able to see ourselves in our environments, to be able to see ourselves in our loved ones and our pets, our plants, to see the same infinity that is within us, within everything. And it's from this place of seeing where we realize that we are connected to the whole, never separate from it, but right in the center of it. Realizing that we are never lost, always connected to the whole. Allowing ourselves a moment of giving all of the energy that we've built. You can call it cognitive energy, you can call it mental energy. My belief of us all sharing in one way or another the same mind. By thinking and feeling these things, we are contributing to that divine mind. And in the same way that we have contributed energy, we will receive energy. And to in this moment receive the energy of presence. Of stillness. And of gratitude. What a blessing, what an honor, what a joy it is to be here now with you friends. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. How do you feel? How do you feel, friend? Do let me know. Much love to you, Kira Burp. Thank you again for being here with us. Good morning, Brother Dan. It's nice to have you here, man. Thank you for joining us. How are you feeling, Brother Bear? How's the family? I know you don't answer these questions, but I'm going to still ask them. I love you. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Shannon, Kira, and Melt, and all of the friends. Grateful to connect with you all in this moment. It's always wonderful having you here, Brother Ryan. Dude, thank you. Like, we did some yoga again today, as we do before the streams. And today Ryan was playing the chimes. And it literally, like, at one point sounded like a whole composition. Like, even though it was technically a string attached to a piece of glass, attached to another piece of string, with small little, you know, tines, metal bars on the outside, and as you rotate the little thing, that little glass bead hits up against those little tines, and then it makes, you know, chime sound. So technically, it's a chaos instrument. And I was thinking about that. And yet within this chaos, there is something. Maybe I, you know, the observer thereof was the something. That was stillness, that was awareness, that was presence, that was receptivity within the chaos. I could elicit a response from chaos. And when we project our consciousness into that chaos, it's so easy to feel lost. It's almost inevitable to feel lost. When we feel that way, just to remind ourselves to bring our consciousness back to the knowing that we are the middle, from which all of that consciousness, from which all of that presence, from which all of that awareness is projected. All of the chaos in our lives and yet you as the stillness within it. Damn. Dan, I'm doing well. The family is good. We had a great meal together last night. Thank you for asking. Thank you for letting me know, Brother Bear. I'm so happy to hear that. I really am. My brother is here at the moment, and I've had the opportunity to share some chats with him. It's been a beautiful process. I'm a little heartbroken. My workplace put a firewall up that blocks watching Reddit live streams Tell the friends I love them. Jovan loves you, friends. She loves you to bits, I promise. She loves you so much. But she cannot tell you because firewalls. Jovan, thank you for finding yourself here nonetheless. Like it seems that there is a bunch of interesting changes happening to Reddit as well, so who knows? Maybe it's exactly the way it's supposed to be as well, Jovan. Lisa, I'm driving but listening. Drive safely, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Shell is joining us as well. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Stumbles through the cosmic brush. Oh well, fancy stumbling upon you here, beautiful strangers. Care to share some light? She's like coming from the chaos into a place of being centered again. Yes. Nice to meet you. Other wanderers. Not all who wander are lost, though, Isaac. I was thinking about you today, Brother Bear. It's so nice to have you here. Is this live? Wouldn't resist? It is. I'm like a little bit delayed on the reading of the comments, but it's as live gets. Yes, sir, it is every day. You should hang a while, chat with friends. Thank you for the invitation, Isaac. Apologies for the assumptions of sir as well, or ma'am, or friend. Beyond the binary, you're welcome. Loved one. Friend. That's why I use friend as well, actually, Isaac. One, because of the meaning, right? Like I love this meaning so much, and I want to be so clear on it that I'm gonna read it again. Like, what exactly do I mean when I say the word friend? Because it means something pretty particular, right? Like, I start every single one of these streams by saying, indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. And you friends know this. So, indeed, meaning there are no other options, right? Indeed. And greetings upon you, beloved friends. Like there is nothing else. There's just this moment. There are no other options. Greetings unto you, as in salutations to the one created of the universe. Before all things, for I bow down before your radiance. Greetings upon you. Greetings upon you, beloved, being the beloved of God, beloved of the universe, beloved of the infinity, and every molecule in your physical universe, loved by our holy Mother Earth. Beloved, genuinely, like to the core, you are the beloved. Holy, of course. Not because you are whole, but because you earned that holiness. Whoa, 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 whoa. Holy because you are whole. Not because you earned that holiness, but because it is that which is the truth from which you are extended forth forever. Because you are made in the image of God. You are that which is holy. And then, friend, of course, one not lesser than myself. A friend is one who walks in perfect equality with the grandest of masters. A friend is one who looks upon another and sees only the face of himself therein. I look upon you and I call you friend. Getting goosebumpers. Thank you for joining me, friends. I really appreciate it. Cheers, mate. I love each and every one of you. Everyone, don't quit where I love each and every one of you. Everyone, don't quit. Where everyone. Like, I feel Reddit is a little bit spicy right now. There's like something, they changed something. Like the usual pathway, if you will. Ermias Blur. That I take to start streaming is like on the old, I think, discovery page, you can call it. Is it discovery page? Might be just like your subscription page. Anyway, there was like an all button and then an RPAN button. And then you can click on that RPAN button and it takes you to RPAN, usually the front page first. And then you can click that little plus button and you can actually start streaming. And then today, they just took that button away. And I was like, oh, oh, thank you. Thank you, Reddit. Still got myself to stream. So I think it might be more difficult for people than it ever has been to actually get into the live streams, but that's also okay. We're here now, aren't we? Not lost, but here. I need to go on vacay more often. It's been too long, but I've been able to pop in 2 days in a row. Dan, it's nice to have you here, man. Brother Bear, thank you for joining us, dude. Whew, for finding yourself in this moment. Like, and I know we've talked about this moment so many times on these live streams, but it's because it really is the only truth. This moment, you, within this moment, is a truth. Like, how does that make you feel? Just think about that. There is infinity, literally ceaseless creation in every single direction, right? Just picture that for a second. And then there is you as creator within that moment, being a truth within infinity. What the hell? How is this even real? It's so cool. I love you, friend, so much. Thank you for finding yourself here. Yoga, hell yes, Mel. I love to hear that, bro. Dan, I've been into it now, dude. Like I feel like I'm straight up a yoga hippie now, man. I love it. Thank you so much for joining me and for encouraging it. How are you doing, Brother Bear? You still exercising? I do believe you will be. Hey, it's Talia, beloved friend. We've missed you. Thank you for joining us again. You are hypnotizing me, man. A flock. If I'm gonna hypnotize you, friend, I hope you walk out of this hypnotization. Is that the right word? I hope you walk out of it with a sense of knowing that you are a divine being, friend. That is all I could ever hope for you to realize. You know, for you to realize that you are the center of the universe. And not to realize it in a perspective of being like, I'm the center of the universe, but to realize that every single other being is also the center of the universe. And I know it's difficult to wrap our heads around that. But as soon as you start seeing that center of the universe within everything, within the trees, within your animals, it's like your compassion gets unlocked. And it starts with you. You have to be compassionate towards yourself. You have to allow yourself to believe that you are a truth within this universe as well. That you have a truth to share with this universe. That you have been given gifts, abilities, skills, personality, perspective, and that you sharing that is what you're here to do. Your truth. You as a truth. And nobody can take that away from you. Even if someone hypnotizes you, friend. Feeling like today is going to be incredibly grounding for us, friends. Let's try our best today to reinforce that the world is beautiful and we belong in this beauty. That we are the miracle of the universe. Thinking about Ryan and by extension, thinking about his teacher, Mark. You are the miracle of the universe, friend. The truth of the universe. The message of the universe. And that through you, the universe can continue to teach, share, maybe it's better, its message. Ryan, Jovan, and Dan, I came over to hang with you here. Thank you for joining us here. Brother Ryan, it's so nice to have you here, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with us. It is a beautiful day here. My cat is stretched out in the sun on the porch, and the world is smiling. So let's smile back. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm smiling back. We are part of the beauty. Yes, we are. Yes, we are, Dad. Thank you so much. The light inside me sees the light inside you, friend. Pluck. Thank you so much, my friend, for sharing your light with us as well. Absolutely. We are not born into this world, but of it. There we go. You aren't this world. You are of it. To walk in this world, but to not be of it. To be your humanness, but to recognize your divinity. To recognize the spirit within nature and to live with nature as spirit. Spirit loves. Soul loves. That's what it's here to do. There's literally nothing else to be said. And you can only love if you're present. At least that's the way that I think about it, right? Even if you're projecting love into the future or into the past that you had for someone, you can only love within this present moment. And every single time you do, you find yourself in that place of love just to recognize that you are found because you are loving. You come back to that which you are. Please tell Jovan she is my very favorite Burbot ever. There you go. Did you hear that? I'll just say it again. Our Kira Burb says that you are our favorite birdbot. Governmental spy drone. Thank you so much, Jovan, for the love that you emit just by being. You know, you don't have to say anything. Just feeling your presence. We are the center from which everything is projected. One for the box. Thank you, Talia, for being so open and for listening. I appreciate you appreciating the words. That is so wild. You said that, Melt. More than ever, I felt that now that I wonder, I am no longer lost. It's been resonating so much that I am meant to be adrift in the world, like we all are. So thank you for reminding me of that peace I feel. Ooh, am I getting goosebumps again? On this arm a little bit. Dude, Isaac, as soon as I said those words, I had a moment of like, almost like the universe was like, and then it was just you as the universe being like, thank you so much for that, dude. Oh, I love this. When you explained your intentions for the salutations, it just clicked in my brain. Thank you, Dad. Now you know, dude. Now you know as well. That's why I do it every single day, right? And we've like kind of adjusted these streams as well to have a moment of reflection because I feel these streams are made for us to reflect on our innermost workings, and then I kind of run that reflection in parallel to the topic that it is we're discussing today. And technically, the most important thing of these streams for me is that every single person that joins us here, every single one of our friends, has that moment of reflection, has that moment of just allowing themselves to feel into their own beingness, because that's what we're here to do. So now it's almost like this intention that I've created within myself to have that, have the greetings, official greetings, maybe have something worth saying, that something worth saying transitions into a moment of presence, and then that moment of presence transitions into us doing the normal stream, whatever that means. And it's been such a process, Brother Bear. I'm like, I can't even imagine, what's more to come, how much more this space will evolve, how much more intention will be put towards the things that I do in here. It genuinely is to me like a work of art, every single stream. And I'm planning on actually turning these single streams into works of art as well, but that's gonna be like 4 years and 4 months and 4 days into the future or something. About that time frame. Thank you, Dad. Thank you so much for resonating with my friend. Donkey friend, donkey flock. I appreciate you as well, friend. I love riding this random cosmic wave, yo. I like to inspire myself. I like to imagine myself like the turtle in Finding Nemo, just shredding the absolute chaos of the universe. Dude, you know what's weird? The fact that you're willing to mention that as well, Isaac. That turtle was unequivocally my favorite character of the whole movie as a kid. Like I was so excited when the turtle scene, you know, was coming up. And I watched Finding Nemo more times than I'd like to admit. And I mean I was like a 6-year-old. So I didn't know that this was like a stoner archetype. But yet I was like, yeah, that that turtle freaking knows something. That turtle has something figured out. And I've been resonating with that message, of that feeling, of that understanding ever since. It's so crazy to me, the archetypes that are expressed in these children movies that we watch. And then imagining the movies our children is watching now. Like, what is that going to do? How much more growth is there to be experienced with us as a collective society? Almost, I want to use the word force, but I don't like the use force. Highly encouraging us to see things that might go hidden. You know, like there is a show out, and it's extremely derogatory. Like it's definitely not. It's not something that I would show to kids. Let me say it in that way. It's called Human Resources, and I finished watching it a while ago now, and it's in the same vein as Big Mouth. It's by the same creators, but the stuff they touch on in that show, you know, like all of these different stuffs that happen within us as human beings, and how they kind of go unaddressed. We feel lost sometimes within our emotions, right? We feel lost in why it is we're feeling a certain way. We feel lost in understanding how we're supposed to be processing it. And these shows that we're being, you know, highly encouraged to watch, if you will, is showing us parts of our humanity that we've never even, at least parts of our humanity, never even knew existed. Movies like Inside Out and Coco and Soul and Luca, and I haven't watched Encanto still, but I believe it's in the same vein. It's allowing us to grow in the only direction that matters, on the inside. Expanding the infinity that is you. So thank you so much for bringing that up as well, Brother Isaac. Such beautiful friends here. Such beautiful you, Kira Verve. Thank you so much. Never gets old. Love that salutation. Thank you, Brother Dan. I'm happy that you're saying it never gets old because, you know, in like 88 years when I still say those words, I hope people are like, damn it, Melt, can't you say something else? No, damn it. No, indeed. Greetings. No, damn it, my freaking stream dropped again. Reddit juice spice machine. You know, like I don't ask for a lot, do I? Do I like what? Like it's Reddit. Reddit goes through these ebbs and flows of like, oh yeah, you know, we're going to take a bunch of the stuff away that you've gotten used to. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We'll be back soon. Thank you, Reddit. Thank you, my friend. It's just like, y'all. We'll be back soon, dude. We'll check you on the other side. It seems like a bunch of people's streams dropped. Okay, I can stream again. Sick. I mean, I feel, as I always do, feel bad, you know, because of the phrases, comments. Yeah, I know, Isaac. Me too. Even me is like, damn it. But I'm here, dude. We're not lost. We are here in this moment, still present, even though the here in this moment we could have had is now different than it would have been, it still is. Right? It still is. So thank you for being here in this isness with me. Good morning, days. Good morning, days and all. Good morning to you. Thank you so much, Melita. Not Melita, Mariah. It's so nice to have you here, my friend. I was stripping out in the comments too. So that last, so that last episode, Mel, the one from, uh, the one from Human Resources. I'm guessing that fire hose got me real good. I'm guessing you're talking about Human Resources, dude. The episode that tripped me the fuck out was like the archetype that I resonate with. Surprise, surprise, is the love bugs. Dude, like 100% of the love bugs. And then there is this whole like kind of musical. And we're back. Here we are again. Thank you, Dad. Like there's this whole scene where he goes into this musical of love is a psycho and I'm a psycho for love. And dude, in that moment I was like, holy shit. Are these people reading my mind? How do they know this stuff about me? And yet that stuff is within all of us. That's a part of the infinity that we all are. I've been having Reddit and YouTube going at the same time recently, just to be sure, Shannon. Just to be sure. Thank you for joining me here on the YouTube as well. When the Reddit is a little bit spicy. Mm. Here we go. Dan is asking me a question. He says, totally random question. But while we're talking about these shows, has anyone seen The Batman? I still haven't. Unfortunately, it's still in cinemas. And the closest cinema to me is like 160 miles away, if not a little bit more. So it's probably gonna still be a while before I get to watch the new Batman movie, but I'm itching. I really want to watch the new Batman movie. And you know why? Like I would have been pretty indifferent towards the Batman movie if it wasn't for this beloved friend called Dan. Like me and Dan had a phone call with one another a while ago, and Dan's absolute excitement and enthusiasm and belief, is belief the right word? Maybe not belief, maybe recognition. I think that might be the better word. Recognition for what that movie brought. I was like, yeah, now I want to watch it as well. Is that a Jeff? Jeff, beloved brother, so nice to have you here, man. Thank you for joining us, dude. How are you doing? How's the loved ones? How are you? How have you been treating yourself? How's life been treating you? How have you been treating yourself as life? Do let us know, friend. It's so nice to have you here. Can you give a good morning shout out to my friend Lucas and Berto? Thank you. Tips hat to you, Lucas and Berto. You've been shouted out, friend. Or should I be like, Lucas and Berto? Is that how you shout people out? I don't know how to shout people out, dude. May your back miss you for 2 seconds. Yes, I am back, friend. Unfortunately, Reddit was like, I'm gonna head out, SpongeBob meme. But then every single time it heads out, it just allows us to come back into this moment. Be calm again. Not project into what the past could have been, right? And I feel like that is something I would really like to address today as well. The reason we feel so lost sometimes is because we take all of the infinite consciousness we have and then we project it into past events. Oh, this happened, such happened, so happened, and now because this happened, such happened, so happened, I am like this, and then I'm gonna continue being like such and such into the future. Manana, manana stories, right? These stories you tell yourself. But in telling these stories, you're projecting your consciousness away from that which you always are, presence in this moment. And then we feel lost because you're like, oh, this nonsense. And then you can think about the future as well. Like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that. And maybe I want to go and study, or maybe I should be working, or maybe I should start this relationship, or maybe I should have a relationship. How much time is passing? Then you can feel so lost in this orchestrated story that you're trying to create for yourself that you feel completely separated from that which you always are. Realizing that you're not these stories, you're not your thoughts, you are that which is aware of your thoughts. And that which is aware of your thoughts doesn't discriminate, doesn't care really. It just loves. Oh, look at this. Dude is depressed now, wants to kill himself. Neat. Oh, dude is absolutely joyous, taking care of himself and loves himself. Neat. It just observes. It just observes. The power we have is to literally create the story which the observer is observing. And the thing is as well, when you start doing that, it's almost like you're in a quantum level creating for yourself the future in which you want to live. You're like, oh yeah, I'm awareness. And now I'm going to choose to feed my awareness this information. And then because your awareness is being fed that information, that awareness in turn translates into the life that it is you want to be living. The life you deserve to be living, a life of love, a life of experience, of presence, of enjoyment, of abundance. You deserve all of that, friend. Like, don't let anybody convince you that you're not worthy. Please. And that's the last thing. Someone tries to convince you you're not worthy, send them my way. Smack down a little bit. Again, Jeff, it's nice to have you here, Brother Bear. Go see The Batman. It comes out on HBO Max next week on the 19th. I don't have an HBO Max account, but I do know how to use the internet. Suddenly doxes myself in the future or something. Honestly, one of the best films I've seen in years. Dude, hype meter ticks up with like an extra bar or two in my mind. Please, Dad. Okay, Average Dude says, you gave me advice to remove this individual from my life, and it's the best decision I've ever made. L is out of my life. Thank you so much, beloved friend. Whew. Like, a part of myself feels resistant to wanting to give advice because, you know, who you are and what you've experienced and the circumstances of your circumstance is so complex, so infinite that I can't really give proper advice. But I do remember you sharing, you know, like that you're not feeling like this relationship is something that serves you. And I, from that limited perspective, encouraged you to end the relationship if it's not something that serves you. So the fact that you're here again, having followed that advice, having treated yourself to that love, to that acceptance, to that genuine presence, to know that this is not something that you want to be in, right? The story that your observer was experiencing was not one that it wants to experience. It would accept it, it's indifferent towards it, right? It's like, oh, okay, guess this is the experience right now. Like when I say your awareness is indifferent, I mean that it's going to experience awareness whether it likes to or not, right? Like you're not going to be like, oh, walk, 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 and then you see someone getting robbed across the street, and then suddenly you drop unconscious, and then when that person stops being robbed across the street, you boot up again. No, you're still gonna be just as aware to witness that, you know, person getting mugged as you're going to be to watch these little dogs playing or watching a flower bloom, watching a fire burn. All you get to do now is choose the story. And I'm so happy that you chose a story of love for yourself first, friend. Thank you for sharing that with us. Back to the Little Man. Yeah, that was a wise movie, Nemo. It really was. It really was. Weirdly enough, like I feel Dory kind of like it's part of myself that I resonate with Dory as well. Like the persistence, you know, unwillingness to give up. Definitely have some of that within me as well. We all do. We really all do. Made a lot of money today. Life is good. Brilliant ad. Congratulations, friend. I wish you make that amount of money you made 50 billion times over, dude, and that you have enough abundance to feed the whole world. Thank you for sharing that love with us as well. Good. Good to see you. Life has been pretty swell, all things considered, especially considering life is what you make it, and I've been trying to make it good. How have you been? So so good to see your beautiful face. Good to have you here, dude. I can only like I have a rendering of your face in my brain now. You still have your beard? I do hope so. Otherwise, the rendering in my brain would be wrong. But it's nice to see you as well, brother Bear. I'm doing well. I'm actually doing well. I'm taking care of myself in a more disciplined way, more aware way. Maybe aware is the better word than disciplined. I'm trying. Trying really hard, pretty much. Thank you for asking. Same. I thought it was well done, and it's a unique Batman movie, which is hard to do with all of the ones that have come before, especially with all of the ones that have come before. So I'm really looking forward to watching it as well. The only thing that you truly have and you truly own is this moment. So live in it. There we go, Dan. Yeah. You know, like I was encouraging our friend who made some money, but that was basically the first thing that came to my mind as well. It's like, sure, you have made money, but you don't have anything. All you can take is this breath. And even that you have to give back. Nothing is ours other than this moment. And this moment moves through this infinity. You can't hold on to any of it. All you can be is in it. You know, to think of it as a dance, literally. Like you cannot go somewhere and buy yourself one dance. I would like one dance, please. And then the bartender is like sick. And then you're like, and then you drink up. No, that's not how dancing works. The only way for you to experience one dance is for you to dance. You have to go and move your body to the music. You have to go and embrace your dancing partner and move with her, move with him. That's how you dance. You do it. You live it. You experience it as presence. You can't take any of this, friends. All you can have is this moment. Hi, puppy, long stockings. Come here, you silly thing. Come here, you. Hey, come here, you. Come here. Come here. Come here. You're fine. Oh, puppy! Created some torque. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. Yossi! Yossi, my Biena. Oh, I have soft skin, it seems. And your nails are pretty sharp. This is beautiful. No, you, Talia. No, you, my friend. You're the beautiful one. Thank you for bonking me with a wholesome hammer. I appreciate that so much, brother Jeff. 100%. I'm going to see it with my dad on Thursday. It'll be my third time. That's so freaking cool, Dad. I mean, get it, dude. You go and get it. Have that moment with your dad. I can hook you up with HBO Max, Melt. My cousin is the VP at HBO Max. Yassi. Like that. That sounds like some pretty fire name dropping. It's like, yes, I do in fact have HBO Max. I have a friend whose cousin is the VP of the HBO Maxes. She's like, oh, shit. Thank you so much, Dad. I appreciate that. I'll take you up on that offer. Infinity Throwaway, I like your username. Saying advice for someone wanting a lot more social connection. Have the ability, just living in a new place. Like the way that I do that, the way that I force social connections is I just kind of do that, Fred. Like I go to places where I like being, right? Like whatever it is you like doing. Since you have the ability to be social, in your words, have the ability, right? You go to places that you like being, an environment, a certain hobby, a certain add your thing here, and then you see people doing the same thing that you like doing, and you're like, you person, you are my friend now. And they'll be like, what? And you're like, yes, me and you are friends now. You don't just go out and say that exactly, but just go and talk to them, friend. That's the way that I've made friends my entire life. Just literally going to people that I have absolutely no idea who they are and getting to know who they are. There are no strangers, just friends that you haven't made yet. So good luck, right? Good luck with that. I hope the advice works. I like that perspective. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for being willing to be open to it, my friend. And thank you for wanting to be social, for sharing your light with the world. No matter what you do, even if the people that you approach, even if, 99% of them doesn't see your light, the person that will see your light to the point where it will be reflected back to you to the point where you can see your own light. The self is an idea that we can be whoever we want to be. The self is an idea and we can be whoever we want to be. I do agree, Broken Potato. I like your username, Broken Potato. And yeah, literally, very, very much so. What's interesting to me, because this is the only perspective that I have, is just watching my perception of self, right? The who I want to be change. I mean, it's been relatively consistent, but I've eased into believing certain parts of myself more than I ever have. And it's been such a trip because I have like video evidence of it now. Like there is this very surreal, slow, albeit, but definite transformation as we've been going through this journey as well. And it breaks my brain a little bit, melts me to the core, if you will, to imagine that this is now something that we do, right? Like, sure, something can be done, but this is not something that needs to be done. It's just something that we need to do. Goodness. Aiden, brother best. So nice having you here. Yeah, human resources. The addiction angel was my favorite. Oh, yeah, goodness. talking about the vulgar parts of it. The freaking addiction angel. But the moment when the homie starts trying to pee on the fire, I was like, hold up. We need to back it up. Yeah, this is the yeah, let's just I say, yeah. Yeah, dude. Man, that show is good. But it is like the show and the messages and the ideas underlying the show are fantastic, right? But then it's like they have this like a sock puppet. Like imagine a sock puppet. I instead of showing up as Meltmore, I show up as a sock puppet, and this sock puppet has like I want to make this sock puppet vulgar. But let's just you imagine for yourself. I've put a bunch of things on this sock puppet that makes it vulgar. And then instead of me speaking about the things that I speak about, I'm just like off to the side speaking as the sock puppet. But the sock puppet has like horrific things dangling off of it. And then like you can hear the stuff that's being said and you can be like, "Oh, that feels good to me." But then you look at the sock puppet and you're like, "Oh goodness, what am I looking at?" That is what human resources is. And it's kind of like jarring for that reason. And like a part of me wants that message, the thing the sock puppet is saying. I want my mom to watch it for that reason. But then the sock puppet is so vulgar that I don't want my mom to watch it. These contrasts. I just came back from the bank. Apparently someone stole thousands of dollars from me. It's all fixed now, but it was wild. Goodness. I'm happy that it's fixed, dude. How does someone just steal thousands of dollars? I'm glad to clear it up. Yeah, me too. Me too. Huh? How about that? Does it make you feel lost, Aiden? Like that makes me feel lost upon first thinking of it. Like who is this person? How did they gain access to my banking information? What did they spend the money on? Why would they do this? Could I do something like that? Getting lost. And then just again, here we are. Here you are, Brother Bay, regardless. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Do they know who? I was just randomly checking my bank account last night, and I was like, "Oh my, what? Yeah, dude, I can imagine. Like, was it like $1,000 like once off, or was it like a bunch of mini transactions that was like done over and over and over again? If it's not something you want to talk about, I completely understand. This moment is all we have to move this moment through infinity. Brother, Brother Jeff, thank you for listening, friend. Like I've been tripping out so much about the role that it is I'm playing. And the more that I play this role, the more I feel this role chose me. That I'm not necessarily the one that chose this role. I had this conversation with a friend today. Was it today? No, it was yesterday, technically. Like, I just felt this intuition to send him a message telling him I love him. And I did so. And he replied something like, "Oh, daar meld more in my hartjie nou." Like that was what he said, which basically translates into, "Oh, there you just went and melt moored my heart," or something like that. And I was like, "Dude, thank you for saying something like that. I really appreciate it." And then I said after that I feel like the Meltmore name chose me, which is a weird thing to say, because obviously I was the one who chose the name for myself, but it's almost like the philosophy, the way of thinking, the way I see the world attracted the Meltmore name to me instead of me going out into infinity and finding it somewhere. It was like it was already there. That infinity archetype was there somewhere within the infinity, and I just resonated to be here now. And then I see stuff like that. I see you friends resonating with the stuff I share as well, like quoting it and replying it back to me. And all I see in that moment is your divinity. Like you being that same node of infinity, hearing that information and being like, yeah, feeling it in your heart. And that is you. That is your truth. I don't want you to believe a single word I'm saying. All I want you to do is live into the felt fact of your immediate experience. Like, that is such a complicated thing to say or to understand. I want to say it again. Live into the felt fact of your immediate experience. To believe, to accept, to take into your heart that this immediate experience and the truth that you have within this immediate experience is all you have. So live into it. Again, coming back to what Dan just said, it was like 200 different $2 to $40 purchases. Like, how does that even happen? It was a lot, but then I realized in that moment the universe was teasing me, trying to pull the wool over my eyes when I saw through the illusion and saw Mother Gaia giggling. Yeah, I saw that as well, dude. That's why I asked if you felt lost, because I can see it happening. I can see myself getting like completely lost in those moments, and I'm so happy that you were willing to giggle with Mother Gaia. Be like, oh, funny, are you? Getting up to nonsense. Like, the thing I'm thinking right now, Aiden, is I've just seen so many posts of these like credit card skimmers, like basically a credit card keypad that goes over top of a normal credit card keypad, and then you put your card in and you pay for your stuff, and it basically just transfers the button presses all the way down, and then they have your banking information, and then at a later date they can just kind of like charge random stuff to it. I went from feeling like my stomach was dropping and my chest felt tight to basically laughing because I saw through it all. It's all perfect. Whew, to have thousands of dollars stolen and to still say that it's all perfect. Brother Aiden, you are an inspiration. Thank you for sharing your inspiration with us, Brother Bay. My cousin is so humble, though. She's such a hard worker. I'll DM you, please. Thank you so much, Dan. I appreciate the love, Brother Bay. Don't try to live the way you believe, think is the way. Live the lifestyle that you enjoy. And that way, you'll actually enjoy life as you're living it, right? You're completely right, Broken. Like the perspective, thanks. You're the thing that is wow, infinite, infinity if infinity a throwaway. We are often told, "Why are you being weird? You're not being yourself." Whatever the hell that means. It's like, dude, you don't know who I am. I don't know who I am. How do you know who I am to tell me that I'm not who I am? The fuck? Ideas, ideas. Everything is just ideas. I like to say either ideas or pretending, right? Like, everything is just pretending. Like, we're all just pretending. Pippi is just pretending to be a dog. But the thing that she really is that divinity as well. But in this moment, she's so convincing. I'm believing. I believe you, Pippi. I believe that you're a pupper dogger. That's how convincing we can be. Find the ideas that satisfy your mind, and you will find peace. Allow yourself to find the ideas that don't satisfy your mind either, right? Be with both of them, and to find peace regardless of them as well. But that's the little that they know. But the little that they know us be weird is who we were born to be, to follow our purpose. Being different to society is okay. I feel being different is more accepted by society than it's ever been. But I agree. I do agree. Like, I recently, for the first time, watched the movie American Psycho. And it basically is this, duality of living the cushy, externalized, posh lifestyle, American dream that gets touted to us, and everybody wears the same suit, and everybody has the same business card, and everybody just lives these lives of persona, not even being willing to recognize each other's egos, never mind being willing to recognize each other's divinity. And I feel it's this recognition of our own divinity that's allowing us to be more different than we've ever been. All the world's indeed a stage, and we are merely players. Dude, are you gonna freaking read my brain and talk about the same roles thing? Performers and portrayers each another's audience beyond the glided cage. Neil Peart, rest in peace. Yeah, dude, the dude knew as well. You know, it was so crazy to me. Like on the 5 gram trip that me and Christian went on, I was like enamored by what I was looking at. And I just saw all of the pretending, dude. Oh goodness, I saw the pretending. I saw myself pretending to be Meltmore, even though I know what I actually am. And I was like, well, Meltmore is as close as I'm gonna get to being that which I actually am without breaking my own brain or breaking the brains of others. I saw Christian, the roles he plays, of the pretending that he does. We are talking about, freaking documentation, passports, and tribalism, like just so many layers of pretending, creating layers of separation, becoming more and more intricate. Like time. Time was our ultimate separation mentality, I feel, in a way. We were like, yeah, then there is this second, and then there is the next second, and then there is the second after that. Instead of being like, here, there's nothing else but just being here in this moment. No, 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 no. There was you in like 5 seconds ago, and then now there's you right now, and then there's you 5 seconds into the future. And no, no, you're just here. Your thoughts are so soothing, Talia. They're your thoughts. I'm just vocalizing them. Let he who has ears hear. That's the way, friend. Goo. I love you too. Thank you for joining us, man. It's so nice to have you. I think that's our purpose, to share all of this with each other. We are infinite beings, divine, as you said, but we are meant to share it with each other. Otherwise, we would be alone. And honestly, we kind of are if you zoom out, so to speak. On a universal scale, we are all one, but because we are many, we are not alone. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're completely right, Jeff. And we've addressed that a few times on stream as well. You know, at the ultimate level, what consciousness wants is ultimate unity, right? And we are slowly heading towards that unity again. If we're doing it technologically, if we do it by dying and heading back to spirit as soul, you cannot not be united. It's inevitable. But that unity in the first place separated itself so that it may enjoy reunification. So realizing that you can be reunited with yourself, with this moment, with this experience, by just recognizing that you're never separate from it, by meeting another person and looking into their eyes and realizing, goodness, this moment, huh? Just this moment. Whew. We're sharing this moment instead of being the only one within the moment. And we've been both. We have been both. And we get to be this now. Dude, proud of you, Aiden. That's an intense situation, and seeing how you navigated like a professional spiritual gymnast, attests attests to your emotional prowess. You inspire me, friend. You really do. Thank you, Aiden. Thank you, Isaac. Yeah, it definitely caught me off guard, really hard at first, but once I remembered the cosmic game, it felt so easy to let go. I went from panicking to laughing, from being lost to being found, and you were guiding yourself to that place where you would be lost in. And you brought yourself back into this place where you were always found as well. Thank you for showing us it's possible, dude, regardless of the amount of bullshit we go through. At least at least the money was taken from a bank and not in cash, exactly. At least he got it back. If it was in South Africa, it would have just been like, oh, sorry, dude, get wrecked. That, that would be the reply we would have gotten. So I'm happy that you live in America as well, Aiden. If someone truly is themselves, they offer something to the universe that no one else can. Your divine gift. You are, there is literally no one in the entire universe like you right now. No one in the entire universe. Not on the planet, not in our solar system, not in our galaxy, within the entire infinite universe. There is only one you. And you are here for a reason. You're here to share your gift, to share your love, to share your light. And the way that your light comes through is unlike any light that has ever been. All of the stars that have ever shined, all of the fires that have ever been burned, isn't going to shine the light that you are here to shine. And it's so sick. It's so cool, friends. Thank you for shining some light on me on this beautiful day. I can't stand people who think they know why you behave the way you do, or you're just doing this because of such and such. People like pattern recognition, unfortunately broken. And like that pattern recognition can be a good thing, but if you only pattern recognize and you believe that you're, well, it's like we always recognize patterns, right? That is inevitable. And your awareness is the thing that is like paying attention to the patterns you're recognizing. But realizing that you're recognizing those patterns because it is a part of you on a most fundamental level. And then understanding that even though you might be recognizing a certain pattern, there is still an infinite amount more to be experienced. It's like the awareness of sure patterns, but also fractals, and realizing that even though a fractal is a self-duplicating pattern, that there is uniqueness, there is beauty, there is experience to be had within the fractal in this moment. In this moment, I get along with gymnasts because I am an asparagus. Yes, me too, in Gob Nugget. I also, you know, get along with virtues because I am a Torini or a Tortillo, right? Or a Tortini? Suddenly, all of our astrology friends are like, speaking of American Psycho, I hope you're free to night melt because I got us a reservation at Darcia at 9 p.m. What the fuck? How did he get a reservation at Darcia? I bet he's lying. Thank you, Dad. Life is a waterfall. We're only in the river, and we're one. Okay, well, goodness. Life is a waterfall. We're one in the river, and we're one again after the fall. And we're also standing outside of the river, witnessing the river. And we're also the water molecules moving through the river. And we're also the drop of earth as the water falls over it. The whirlpool, right? Like Alan Watts' talk about the whirlpooling. It's not a whirlpool, it's a whirlpooling. You're not a human, you're a humaning. Because even though there is a sense of stability, there is a sense of permanence, there is a sense of continuity within the you that you are, within knowing that there is a whirlpool, and if you show up the next day, that whirlpool is still there. Even though that whirlpool is still there, even though you are still here, you are not the same. Not the same you were 1 second ago, not the same you were yesterday, because the energy, the light that flows through you, the water that flows through that whirlpool is ever new, ceaselessly creating experience for you to be experienced by. You know, being both the experiencer and the experience. Smack dab in the middle of infinity. It felt strange to be honest. I didn't fight the attachment. I just realized how beautiful and silly it was that I got me all caught up. They say that God, Guru, and Self are one. I agree. I realize that the money is at moment my Guru, teaching me and playing with me, showing me perspective and how to grow. It's been doing the same for me on this side, Aiden. It's really interesting, Brother Bear. Because it's this process of being willing to admit to yourself that you're not actually lacking. You know, and then you lose money or you don't gain money, and then you're like still just as present, You're just as not lost. And yet you create these scenarios, these stories inside of yourself that's like, yeah, if I do this and this, and then if I have this much money, and then such and such. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. If we could buy, like, if we could buy that which we have already, we wouldn't be able to afford it, right? If you could buy that which you already have, you won't be able to afford it. And from that place, to acknowledge to yourself that you are infinitely wealthy. Goodness. So much. So much rich. So much abundance. So much love. You as that love. It like hit a little bone as it was like falling down, and it like did a little bit of that. Okay, okay. None of us came up with these ideas. We just repeat them in the hopes of finding others who understand. Exactly, friend. Like, I'm not pretending like I know anything that you don't know. I'm just saying things that we all know so that we may understand together, so that we may recognize those parts of ourselves together. And I believe that by having moments of recognition, having moments of reminding to this power that we all have, empowers us. You know, even though we've never been disempowered, reminding ourselves re empowers. I lost money, but in my being, I felt that nothing had changed. Everything was still perfect. Exactly that, brother Bear. Exactly that. To realize that you're still just as wealthy, even though you might have lost that money. Hello from England, wise Fardy. Hello from South Africa. What is this I've stumbled upon? Spend a moment and find out for yourself, friend. Ah, I see what's going on here. He's done DMT, and now he's a guru. Congratulations, now you think like God. Aha, thank you. Like your message has like multiple tones, and I'm going to allow myself to see only love in them. So yeah, friend. I mean, I don't think DMT is going to allow you to become a guru. I don't even consider myself a guru. I consider myself a friend to myself, a friend to my friends, a friend to humanity. All I can be is here with you, friend. I can't tell you what to experience. I can't tell you what to feel. I can't tell you what you're supposed to know. All I can share is what I feel, what I experience, what I think I know. And then you can find for yourself if you believe that, if you feel into that as well. And that's what we do here, friend. That is what you've stumbled upon. Screw TV. I trip out thinking about how this is happening right now. Exactly, friend. Like that's the cool thing about these live streams is it really is a moment that we get to share with one another. Like I might be on the other side of the planet, living in South Africa, but the fact that we have access to the internet means that we can now transcend space and time to find ourselves in moments of connectedness with one another in a way that we've never been able to before. In a way that we literally had to spend thousands of dollars and sometimes even weeks of our time just to have a moment like this. And now we can have moments like these with a flick of a thumb. I don't hate those with low self awareness. I just can't stand being attached to them. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. That's it, friend. I freaking love Alan Watts. This guy could give the devil an existential crisis. Like, I feel he wouldn't want to. He would just kind of like sit with the devil and have a conversation. And the devil would be like, huh, I didn't think about that. Maybe that is exactly what an existential crisis is, but he wouldn't want to give the devil an existential crisis. The devil would just have one. It's normal to see order in reality and to believe that we have things in control, because if we don't, we might lose our minds. That same Alan Watts talk. I think it was the same Alan Watts talk. He talks about sound, right, and where sound can be like right out of nothing. There is bang, wang, wang, wang. And then it goes back into nothingness. But because we see, we believe things are static. We believe that the stick is here now, right? Like this is not like sound, because look, here it still is. But if we extrapolate far enough, the echoes, the ebbs and flows that this thing is experiencing as well, the very molecules in this thing is vibrating as well, it is going to eventually go into nothingness, go become a part of the oneness in the same way that that does. The same way that you will. The same way that everything does. And just to realize that you're the one eliciting those responses. You're the one eliciting this moment. Don't let yourself lose your mind. And even if you do lose your mind, you're still going to be here. Like the birds, ayo, estou about it. Like the birds of the same kind call out and draw others to them, so too do we all have the same call. I like that, Broken. I like that. Just to like add another note, to honor Alan Watts in this moment. Why do I talk? Why am I saying all of these things? Because I like it. For the same reason that the birds are chirping, I am talking in this moment. This is what I'm here to do. So thank you, Broken, for allowing that to me to. I recently bought an expensive lightsaber replica from Disney because I'm a nerd. The lightsaber costs a pretty penny, but that's not why it's valuable. It's valuable. Its value is held in my understanding of what it is and my appreciation for that. Money is just another impermanent tool that we use to carry us through life. It's entirely neutral. I couldn't agree more with that, friend. It is entirely neutral. Like a lot of us, like I can sometimes be that way as well, feeling like money is something that's evil or something that's dirty. But it's just energy. It's just energy. How you use the energy is what's important. I hope that people of the world wisen up to the fact more. Money, clothes, things are all items of our own design. The things the universe holds value in endures. The rest is just temporary. Yeah, so beautifully put, Isaac. This body is also temporary, but that which you are is not. That which you are endures throughout everything. And to identify with that part of yourself is to basically make yourself a billionaire, to find yourself in this moment. And you're completely right about that as well. Like, you're the one that adds value. You're literally the one that's eliciting the value response from that lightsaber with the bay. What's wrong with being a guru? Nothing wrong with being a guru. I just don't think I know enough to consider myself a guru, friend. Like I'm literally just a human being, living a human life. A small human being on planet Earth, within the solar system, within the like our galaxy, with our galaxy within the infinite universe. I can't know everything, right? And I feel I would need to know everything before I can consider myself a guru. So maybe someday, friend, but not right now. Now I'm just a friend. I will always share what I believe, but don't ask me to teach you anything mystical because I don't know. There we go. You know that you don't know, and that's all we can know, Broken. I just wanted one, and I was finally able. Oh, on B, I'm only seeing you now. I just wanted one and was finally able to afford one with the Sharper Image stores went out of business. Straight over my head, I don't know. With hilt did you get? Which hilt did you get? Oh, you got a lightsaber as well, I'm guessing. Darth Vader one. Same! I got the Darth Vader and Anakin, so my roomie and I can duel. Dude, I'm guessing it's those high quality ones that actually make the sounds and have like impact sounds as well. At least that's the thing I'm thinking about right now. I lost my mind when I realized that I couldn't really know anything, but at the same time, I didn't know if I couldn't know. So, we had a whole stream about knowing everything. So, yeah, knowing everything so that you can become anything. And that stream, like after the stream, I had this moment of meditation where I was like chanting and stuff. And during my chants, I had these these moments of like informational exchange where I was like, it sounds so sus when I say those words, but like speaking in tongues, like just creating gibberish noises, like just making random noises and almost thinking of those noises as an alien language. And by speaking the alien language, I am eliciting the information that those aliens spoke in speaking their own language. And then as I was doing that, I was I was allowed to access information that I don't know. Okay? And in that moment I had this recognition that everything that you can know, everything there is to know is already known by you. And in this moment, your reason for not knowing is divinity. Like you chose to not know. A part of the reason you're here is to forget. A part of the reason you're here is to remember. And it's a paradox. It can make you feel like you're going crazy sometimes. But it's just you, friend. It's just you. As it always has been. You are a great friend. I always enjoy your streams. No cardiologist. And I always enjoy your presence. Beloved friend. Thank you so much for joining us here. Listening and multitasking while multitasking with busy hands. I always know when Melt's reading an Isaac comment melts my mind. Isaac, right? Freaking Isaac. Like, it's so crazy to me as well because Isaac, in ways that he doesn't even know yet, reads my mind. Like he knows stuff about me that I haven't told him. The fuck? Stop! That's not what I say. I love him so much as well, Jovan. Thank you for sharing that love of him. Imagine a mountain 3 miles wide, yeah, here we go. 3 miles wide, 3 miles high, 3 miles long. Every 100 years, a bird flies over, holding a silk scarf in its beak, which it brushes across the surface of the mountain. The time it would take for the scarf to wear down the mountain is how long you've been doing this. You're like, what the fuck are you saying, Melt? So, 3 miles. 3 miles. 3 miles. Right? Big block. Let's make it gold, even. Big block of gold. And then a burb with a silk scarf hanging from its beak gently flaps over, and that silk scarf gently just runs over the surface of that massive gold block. And it does so once every 100 years. The amount of time it will take for that mountain's last atom to be taken with that scarf is how long you've been doing this. And even that is just an attempt to make the human brain try and wrap its head around what infinity actually means. Because even that representation is limited. Like that infinity would be like a fraction of the actual infinity. Yeah, yeah. Mind melting. It's okay to go crazy sometimes. Fix the FX Saver. Yes, Melt. They make sounds and they're made mostly of metal. Very cool, to be honest. I'm off to explore LA. Love you guys. Until next time. Dan, thank you, brother Bear. I'm finishing the stream as well. It was so nice having you here today. You don't need to know what you know. It's enough to know that you know. But because I don't know that I know, I don't teach. Yes. Instantly, I kind of think about Ram Dass, where he talks about the person who knows doesn't speak, and the person who speaks doesn't know. And I'm in this precarious position where I have to try and know and speak at the same time. But as soon as I start speaking, I stop knowing. So I have to try and bring the knowing with me as I start speaking. And it's genuinely, again, just another infinity, as everything is in my mind these days. I cannot not see infinity anymore. It's just like everywhere. Like sometimes it's a bit much, and then I vegetate a little bit. I try to distract myself or try to have a moment of peace. And then when I'm ready, I immerse myself again, finding myself again in this moment. in presence. Thank you. Thank you, friend, for finding yourself in this moment of presence with me today. For just feeling. All right. That's all I could ever expect. Just for you to feel something. And the amount of power there is in our ability to feel, I thank you for allowing me to make you feel anything at all. I hope I genuinely try like hard to make you feel good things, to make you feel empowered, to make you feel that this life is something worth living, to make you feel like you have the ability to change not only your life but the lives of others. So I hope you feel that. The human experience is paradoxical. Experience is paradoxical. Spin poi. I mean, I have a big stick and I dance with my scarf, but I don't feel like I've been any good at spinning poi. I made myself some poise. I made myself some, but I spun them so fast that they disintegrated. Like I'm not even joking about that. Like I mean, technically they disintegrated. They got destroyed. And then after destroying them, I was like, oh, okay, guess I don't have to do poi. You're so kind, Jovan. Same here. I'm in a meeting with the whole company and the CEO. I'm 60 minutes behind on stream, but y'all are much, much more interesting, Brother Isaac. Sending you good vibes from the past, technically, into your future. I love you, Brother Bear. I love all of you. Talia, you're doing a great job at reassuring us we're on the right path, Mel. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for that encouragement. Thank you for that. What's the word? Not recognition, not acceptance, acknowledgement. Is acknowledgement the word? Is a word validation. Thank you. Thank you, brain. Validation. Thank you for the validation, Talia. I validate you as well as a divine being. Stamp of approval. Spin scarf. Fine. Jugham. I'll spin scarf for you, friend. I hope anyone struggling with reality stumbled upon this. Broken, if they needed to, they did, friend. That's the thing about it as well. That's why I show up every day. Melt, when you're about to spin poi, don't make me destroy. Don't make me destroy you, Mr. Boy. I'll spin the scar for you. GJ or Jug. Maybe like of a little. Right. Scarf has been spinned. Friend. Good day to you, Maria. Good day to you, friends. Thank you for joining me in this moment, for sharing this centerness, this isness, this presence, this moment, this life with me. I love you. Like a lot. Like this much. Except it starts here and then it goes all the way into infinity in that direction. Loops around infinity. Goes all the way into infinity in that direction. Loops around and then it comes back. Right here. Love you. Even if not, it's unrealistic to help everyone, and that's okay. Because in the end, all we can do is go back to the source. It's true, friend. All I want, genuinely, all I want, is for people to have the best experience as we're going towards that source. That's the only thing. I hope for you a beautiful life. Like just so much goodness. So much goodness you're gonna like try and almost like get out of it. But then realizing, oh, regardless of all of this goodness, I am the good within it. I appreciate you, friends. I love you, friends. I'll see you again tomorrow. Hey, so much love. Thank you, Shannon. Love you, Aiden, and love you, Jovan. I love you, friends, so much. When we see a friend who is down, we meet them with a smile. when the universe brings us conflict, treat it with a smile. Maybe, maybe you just predicted what we're going to talk about tomorrow, Isaac. We're going to talk about. You'll have to tune in next week. Tune in tomorrow to find out what's happening with next episode. We're gonna talk about seeing yourself in everything. That's what I want to talk about. So thank you, Brother Bay, for sharing your love, for sharing your consciousness, your presence, your moment with me. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for allowing me to share mine with you as well. Goodbye, friends.